Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday.
Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video, and today I am playing Doomsday. Excuse me. Before going over the deck, I just want to briefly touch upon the bannings, or potential bannings. I'm recording this on the Friday before the March 31st, or whenever it is, announcement. So, by the time you're watching this, this will be released on the first Friday after the potential bannings or on bannings. Uh, this will be the last video recorded before then. So I'm sorry that if something earth-shattering has happened, you'll be stuck with this old world video. But that's just sort of how the my recording schedule lined up. If something absolutely earth-shattering happens on the with regards to bans or unbans, I might do like an extra video next week, uh, which will be this current week by the time you're watching this. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on that briefly, and I wanted to say also thank you very much to my newest member on the YouTube channel, Zachary Kling. Thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate the support. Okay, on to the video here and onto the list. So I wanted to revisit an old concept, or I guess not that old, but which is the the whole tempo, Doomsday tempo thing. And I also wanted to try something which I actually haven't gotten around to doing, which is to test with Tamiyo, Inquisitive Student. So I'm really I've played a couple of leagues prior to this recording, and I've been quite pleasantly surprised at how like cool it is to have Tamiyo, especially early on. The results I've gotten so far with this list have been pretty positive, except whenever I've played Eldrazi, which feels a little bit like an issue. And maybe I'll touch on that during the league if I end up facing Eldrazi, or during the sort of rundown afterwards. But yeah, playing the Luca Fasoli Bug Doomsday kind of got me hooked on these sideboard cards, on having Carpet of Flowers and Veil of Summer. So I've continued in that vein. I added three Orcish Bowmasters and three Tamiyos to be able to play like more of a like to have sort of an inbuilt pivot, so the opponents don't only have to focus on Doomsday in game one. And then the sideboard is a little bit spread thin. Ideally, I would want both something that speed me up versus Eldrazi, and something that sort of makes the creature plan a little bit better than it is. But I'm currently I'm sort of not sure what pieces I would want to move around. So yeah, this is the list. Let's go play a league. On the draw with this one lander, but I do think I'll keep it here and hope not to get a Chalice of the Void on one. Which, what is this? Blooming Marsh. Okay, I'm getting Thoughtseized. I'm going to assume this takes my Ponder or my Thoughtseize. What is this? What deck plays this? We shall find out, I guess. Yeah, we lost the Ponder. Bowmasters. Something tells me this isn't worth like a dark ritual. I think I will cycle Street Wraith. Okay. Happy about the second land. And I'm gonna Thoughtseize here. So let's see what's up. Okay, so it's like a depths deck. I think I am going to go ahead and take what? Like, they can't play Sylvan Scry Vampire Hexmage right now because they don't have the second black source. So if I take a Sylvan Scrying, yeah, I'm actually going to take a Sylvan Scrying. There's also a chance that they don't play around Orcish Bowmasters and play out their, like, just float out their Hexmage if they get a second black source now. Okay, that didn't happen. And there's a Sylvan Scrying. Okay. Guessing this gets Dark Depths, yeah. Ugh. Okay, so I think I probably lose this game. They found a crop rotation, it looks like. So this gets a black source. Um, they play their Hex Mage, and they have a 20/20, and then I have to draw a Brainstorm. I think I have to draw a Brainstorm, and then Brainstorm has to like really deliver. So I'm gonna get Undercity Sewers here. Veil of Summer, yeah, that doesn't do it. Yep, you get your 20/20 in my upkeep, and what do I draw? Not something useful. Okay. Haven't played against this type of deck in a while. I guess Brazen Borrower can come in as a, here we go. Let's bounce Merit Lodge, and then I think Orcish Bowmasters is just not good here. Tamiyo can block at least, and is a relevant card. And yeah, the extra Veil of Summer is good because this is a high count discard spell. Okay, I like this hand. I mean, it kind of sucks that we showed them the Veil of Summer off the Surveil because it's going to be on their radar now. But I think uh, I still think they're going to like turn one discard if they have the ability to do so. Okay, that didn't happen. I'm not going to fetch Sewers here. I want access to black. Rather to green. Okay. So, once upon a time. I mean, if we don't want to be playing around endurance or something like that, we have the kill once we untap here, because we have Edge of Autumn and Brainstorm in hand. But let's see if we can also play around stuff. I think I actually, I'm gonna give up on that, and I'm gonna cast a Brainstorm here, see if I can improve my situation. Well, the Dark Ritual is not bad. That means we can win with Jace, which is better. Like, that's more likely to beat Endurance, even if not on the same turn. We also found a Petal. Okay, so I'm actually going to put the Jace away. And is having a Daze in my hand better than a random card? I think so, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to put Daze away and then redraw it. Oh, Disruptor Flute. That is so sick. Alright, so hang on. I'm gonna have 3 lands, 4 with Petal, and then that's 6 with Dark Ritual. Okay, I think I'm just gonna let this happen. I guess they can name Polluted Delta, but if they do that, that's fine. But if they name Doomsday, I have the mana here. Yeah. Wow, imagine if I should have played around that. Yeah, that there was no reason for Days to be the card that went back. Any other, like, non-Veil of Summer card would have been better, I think. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a punt. Alright, but I have the mana to cast Doomsday, so we're happy here. Okay, so Jace, I'm gonna put Thassa in the pile as well because I don't want them to see Thassa in my Exile Zone in case they have a second Disruptor Flute, and then figure out that Jace may be on the menu. And then what? I think Lion's Eye Diamond and a second Cycler in case they discard my my Edge of Autumn here. Maybe a third Cycler. How does this look? So I'll put like Street Wraith on top of the deck, and then LED, and then Jace. I'm not sure if this plays. No, I think it's fine. Yeah. I'll put 1 Street Wraith on the bottom, and then Thassa, and then Jace, LED, and Street Wraith on top. All right, let's go. I suppose I didn't even need the LED. Like I could have just, that could have just been made into a land. and that way we don't lose our hand. But this way, I guess I can start out by casting Veil of Summer, which will shut off if they have like I don't know, uh, some black removal spell that could get rid of Jace on the stack. Well, not on the stack, but once he's in play with his draw ability on the stack. Okay, Sujiri step played. Crop rotation on the Sujiri step. Okay. It'll be interesting to find out if this deck plays Wasteland. Okay, it plays Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I'm not gonna shuffle things very much. I'm glad I didn't do the thing. Oseju. Yep, you got it. Alright. Cycle the Street Wraith. Play LED. Tap for black. And crack for blue. Play Jace. Plus Jace. Target myself. Win the game. Alright, cool. Alright, so we see they have quite a bit of stuff that interacts with us here. I still think I'm not supposed to bring in creatures here, because if I start, like, if I Dark Ritual out a Barrowgoyf and then they just, like, have turn 2 Merit Lodge is a little bit sort of embarrassing. I still like Tamiyo because she's sort of a game plan onto herself, but she's also can block a turn if they don't Sajiri step. Okay. Opponent mulligans to 6. I'm going to keep this hand. It has turn 2 Doomsday if we don't get discarded, but I suppose we probably will get discarded. But it also has like Force of Will if something crazy happens on turn 1. But I do think the MO of this deck that we're playing against is to go turn 1 discard, turn 2 combo, or turn 1 and turn 2 discard. So my hand does not stack up, that well versus that. But okay. They're not discarding us. Happy about that. Okay. I'm going to cast this Personal Tutor. It's going to get Doomsday. And then if they have something like Ghost Quarter or Boseiju, something that'll shuffle my deck here, I'm going to cycle Edge of Autumn and grab the Doomsday that's on top of the deck. We have to respect the Inquisition, okay. We have to respect the Disruptor Flute here. I'm guessing my Dark Ritual is gone. Yeah, maybe this 3-land keep was a bit weak. Alright, let's pass here. Yeah, because it does kind of leave me high and dry versus discard. If I had had like another blue card, I could have at least seen if I wanted to fight over that Inquisition. Alright, let's get Undercity Sewers. I'd like to find a blue card here. I do find a blue card. Okay. Let's see if they have Flute this time. They have Crop Rotation for Ghost Quarter. Okay. I guess I'll cycle. I'll draw a new card. That's another land, so that's not too bad. Alright, let's pass. They are kind of light over there. That was a resource heavy play. Sajiri step, okay. So I mean, they can't, well, they would need a Spirit Guide, which they do play, to cast Disruptor Flute here. Okay. Having both of my win cons in my hand, along with a Force of Will, is somewhat... but let's cast Doomsday. They've shown us the ability to nuke several lands. I think they don't have... oh, never mind. They concede. Sweet. Okay, yeah, guess they didn't have much. Alright, we'll take it. Let's move on. Alrighty, on the play here for round number 2. Oof. This is a mulligan that Bayou. Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm tempted to keep this solely based on the fact that I can Force of Will, and if I just luck into a Doomsday, I'll... but like a cantrip also would be kind of nice. I'm going to keep this and bottom one of the Dark Rituals. And I'm just going to go Island Go here. Yeah, this was very close to being a mulligan to 5, and it possibly should have been, but if the top of my deck is kind to me, there's a lot of good stuff that can happen here. What is this? Guide of Souls. This is one of those like decks I rarely play against, so I'm not very familiar with how it plays out. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life, and you get an energy counter. And when you attack, you may pay 3, and then put two plus 1/1 counters and a flying counter on target creature that's attacking. Okay, I don't think this is where I point my force of will. It might end up being like some engine card that wins the game for them, but we're not planning to deal them any damage necessarily. Hey, look at that. Brainstorm, save me. Okay. That's I mean, this is nice and all, but it also is gonna be signposting pretty heavily what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put away actually the 2 artifacts, and then I'm going to fetch Underground Sea and cast Doomsday here. Or not Doomsday. Yeah, I wish. Personal Tutor. The problem is they'll get 2 full turn cycles before I get to try and win here, and all that's standing in their way is my force of will. I kept the Bayou in case they're a Wasteland deck. I could have kept the Lotus Petal, I suppose, instead. This plateau opening has me rattled because I don't know if this would be a deck that also plays like burn spells that has Lightning Bolt or something. Okay, let's see here. 2 mana play, Conduit Goblin. When it enters, you get 2 energy, and at the beginning of combat, you may pay 1 energy and pump another creature you control by +1/+0 and gains haste. I honestly have no idea if I'm supposed to, if this is where I'm supposed to point my force of will at. Or I suppose I could daze here, but dazing is just setting myself back a mana. That also really doesn't matter. I guess it saves me a life, which would matter. If this just attacks, I'll be at 18, and if I force, I'll be at 17. That's the difference between being a 9 and 8 post Doomsday. I think I do daze this. This is their whole turn. And then it seems like they want to develop their board here in order to win. So hopefully me setting them back this creature means they can't just kill me from 9 life next turn. But we'll see. I think I'm also supposed to play the Bayou there and not the Underground Sea in case they do Wasteland me, because that might change how I am able to play out this. All right. I think I go for the unprotected win with Brainstorm and LED and Consider. I could try and like make a pile that leaves me with Force of Will in hand. I don't think I can though. Right? If I go like Cycler Brainstorm, then Thassa Petal blue card, I only have Bayou to put back, so I would need to put back one of those 3 as well. So I don't think that works. Okay, I'm just fully committed to them not being able to interact with Thassa's Oracle on the stack here. I could also make a Jace kill, but do I kind of lose to the same things though? Like Jace loses to them removing Jace with his ability on the stack, where Oracle only really loses to something like them having like Doorkeeper's Thrall or something, which I don't think they will have. So I'm gonna go with Oracle. Okay, so Thassa on the bottom, then Edge of Autumn, and then Lines of Diamond, Consider, and Brainstorm on top. Let's go. Would certainly feel a whole lot better if this Bayou was a blue card, but then of course I wouldn't be able to untap and win. So they have a Wasteland. Okay. So if they also have some way to kill this island, I'm dead. Ajani Nakatl Pariah. When enters, create 2 cat tokens. No, a 2/1 white cat warrior token. Whenever 1 or more cats you control die, exile, then return to the battlefield transformed. At which point, whatever. Nothing important. So they do play Wasteland. Fascinating. So this is some kind of like synergistic Zoo deck. They have 2 energy. I go to 8 and hopefully get to win now. Let's cast Brainstorm. Put back Bayou, put back Consider, play LED. They would need to have like Force of Will or Endurance or something here to break this up now. Put Bayou in the graveyard and play the Oracle. All right, sweet. How do I board against this? Like they could be a deck that plays Deafening Silence, so Force of Negation could be a consideration. Suppose they could be a deck that has access to like Doorkeeper Thrall, so like a Fatal Push maybe, but I like boarding and removal versus this deck seems a little bit iffy. I also don't think I'm gonna win the war on the ground, so like boarding in Barrogoyf seems questionable. They don't seem like a deck that has counterspells. They probably have Pyroblast, but Veil of Summer is less, impressive there. So let's board out our Veil of Summer. Let's board in these 2 Forces of Negation and this Fatal Push, maybe? Maybe Brazen Borrower is better than Fatal Push? Or maybe we want both? Because I'm not too hot on these Orcish Bowmasters, once again. So maybe I board in 1 push, 1 Brazen Borrower, and 2 Forces of Negation, and board out the Veil of Summer and the three Bowmasters. I think so. Let's try this. I might be wiser if there was a game 3. Like we didn't see that much of their game plan come to fruition. I'll keep this hand. It hilariously has turn 2 Jace, but that's going to cost me like half my hand. Not too stoked about that. So they kept 7. Looks like they have a turn 1 play. God of Souls. So the same as last game. I think I float the Undercity Sewers. Oh, look at that. Ocelot Pride. Okay. Like if they pass the turn without mana open, that makes me very excited. Looks like they are doing that. So Mindbreak Trap is what we need to concern ourselves with. I think with all this mana, we can actually Thoughtseize them if they don't like pop off the Mindbreak Trap on the Brainstorm. All right, let's cast Doomsday. They do appear to be of 6. So let's see. We cast Brainstorm. We draw LED, a Cycler, and Thoughtseize. And then the rest of the pile are like 2 more Cyclers. Because we have the Jace in hand. Yeah, this should work. So 2 Cyclers on the bottom, and then yeah, Thoughtseize, LED, and Edge of Autumn. So this is my 3rd spell that they don't appear to be counting. Okay, so we put back Dark Ritual and Jace. And we play a Petal, and we cast Thoughtseize. And they have nothing. What's this? Amped Raptor. Okay. Let's just take the Gobbo, and let's cycle and crack the LED. We get Jace. Jace wins the game. Sweet. That was a quick 2-0. Let's go to round number 3. All right, continuing that on the play lifestyle for round number 3. Hey, look at that. This is my kind of opening hand. All right, let's get jamming here. We'll get Underground Sea. We'll cast the Doomsday. Well, the Dark Ritual. Everything seems to be just resolving here. Okay, so we have to be able to beat a Wasteland. And that's probably it. So we want Thassa here. This is not a Jace scenario. We want some number of Cyclers. And then like a fetch land. And I guess Snow-Covered Island. So there's a little bit of tension here because we either make it so that Thassa is on the bottom and then just accept that we will have to pass twice. We could obviously also bank on them not having Wasteland and or being a Force of Will deck by making the top card of our deck a land, and then the rest of the pile like a traditional consider LED pile. But then if they discard our Brainstorm, then that plan is kind of out the window. And if they Wasteland us, then we have the second land coming, I guess. And if they do discard us, we can Daze. So maybe that is actually the better plan. But if they're like a blue deck that just happened to not have Force of Will on turn one, they go like turn one blue land Ponder, then we can still slow down because we have the Cavern in hand. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I actually want to just try and win when we untap. No basic land here. We need where is it? LED? Well, we do actually want the basic land in case of the wasteland scenario. But then like only one cycler. We need consider and we need basic island. And yeah, let's try this. So we'll put Thos on the bottom with edge on top, then LED, consider, and then we'll draw the snow-covered island. I'll pass. They did have a wasteland, okay. And a once upon a time, okay. Feel pretty good about this. Then it's not a Force of Will deck. I don't think can remember many times seeing Once Upon a Time in the same deck as Force of Will. Okay, they do have a Lotus Petal. Slightly more concerned now. I can Daze a Chalice of the Void. Not anymore, though. I'll calm the fuck on, man. Okay. Well, we might be dead here. I don't know. Maybe they have, like, Thought-Knot Seer? At least I can Daze that if they don't have, like, a Simian or an Elder Spirit Guide on top of things. Yeah, I have to Daze this. And this has to not resolve, this Thought-Knot Seer. So please don't have Spirit Guide. Okay. Phew. That was close. Okay. I'm gonna brainstorm here and just win. Put back a blank and consider on top. Cycle this, sack this, draw, consider, put Doomsday in the graveyard, and Oracle. Okay, sweet. So this is Eldrazi. This is the deck I was talking about that I haven't beaten yet. I've faced it twice so far with this list and lost both times. And basically, this kind of went to I wouldn't say prove my point, but confirm what I mentioned at the beginning is you want to be fast, basically. I think any game versus Eldrazi as Doomsday where you reach turn 3 or 4 and Doomsday has not been played yet, you are probably losing. And I think that's just sort of the facts. Now, obviously, that will sometimes not be true. Sometimes they will like mulligan low and be slow to develop, or your interaction will just perfectly line up against what they have going on. But yeah. All right, so I also tried boarding in all Barrogoyfs at one point and almost got there, but then like their Kozilek's Command, aside from being a removal spell, even if they can't muster up the mana to play it as removal, the fact that it leaves behind all those stupid 0/1s to just block Barrogoyf for forever is a problem. So I'm not really big on that plan. I think I want these 3 blue cards, the 2 Force of Negations and Brazen Borrower. And I think we don't want Veil of Summer. And I think we probably don't want Orcish Bowmasters. I'm leaving in 1 right now because, well, I don't know. Maybe 1 Barrogoyf is better than 1 Orcish Bowmasters. So let's do that. Like a turn 1 Dark Ritual Barrogoyf is not terrible, but I don't have high hopes. Oof. Let's see here. If they keep 7, I have to mulligan this, I think. Or do I? This is a turn 1 Doomsday, but it's going to cost me my whole hand. And I'll have 0 permanents. So, I mean, that's not great. But it might be good enough. I'm actually going to keep this for science. But if they go turn one Chalice, that's a problem. Yeah, I have to hope for like just something like a Flesh Raker here, or oh, nothing. Okay. I am very concerned um about Flute. Okay, how do I play this? Because if I go Personal Tutor off of a land, and then like play LED, play my petals, play Brainstorm, crack LED, then the flute just gets me so hard. And why? Like we have to ask ourselves, why have our opponent, knowing what we are doing, played this like kept the hand that went Ancient Tomb, Petal, Pass that did play a Chalice? I think it's because they have Disruptor Flute, which makes me want to maybe take things just a little bit more slowly. I'm going to ponder here. I mean, Thoughtseize is not going to beat the flute because they'll just play it. Um, so hang on. I can just beat the flute though. What am I even saying? Yeah, I can just beat the flute because I have the mana to beat the flute. No, I don't. I don't. I shouldn't have. Then I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have like spent my mana here like this. Okay, I'm going to shuffle, and I am going to luck out and draw Force of Will. Okay, that was good. It's bad if we get Cavern of Souls and Thought Not Seized, Thought Not Seared. But yeah, I had the mana. That was actually because I drew the land, so I could have gone like land, Personal Tutor, then Petal, Dark Ritual, LED, and then Brainstorm, crack LED, and I would have 3 black and 3 whatever. Okay, here's a Chalice for 1. So now this shit. Yeah, this sucks. This sucks every ass. Now I no longer have the ability to win through a flute unless I draw like another cantrip here. Um, so let's play Personal Tutor. We get Doomsday. We play Underground Sea. And let's see, we have enough mana to cast. If they don't Wasteland us, we can resolve Doomsday through the flute next turn. But it requires them not to like mess with our hand or Wasteland us. There's a Cavern of Souls. So if they thought not seer us here, they can still also flute. Yeah. Oh, is this this is the Myco spawn. So they're gonna nuke both of our lands, but we actually can still resolve Doomsday next turn. That's pretty sweet. Yep, you get to do all the shit. Maybe they no, okay. They do like get Wasteland here. I was gonna say maybe they get like Eldrazi Temple and think if they just nuke the black source. And I didn't mean Eldrazi Temple. Ivugan is what I meant. So here we go. We resolve Doomsday. I don't want to play out my artifacts because they have that battle scar, whatever I can't remember. One of the weirdo Eldrazi's that you can kick and then it exiles an artifact or enchantment or something. But I think I do want Jace here. I still want Thassa in the pile because what I really want is for them to have flute now and be all like fluty about things. We lose to Thought Not Seer by keeping LED in hand, and we lose to the Exile Joker if they have that. I think actually I'm going to change my mind to what I just said. I'm going to play out these artifacts because I think there's a higher chance of them playing 4 Thought Not Seers than 4 of that bounce Exile. What do you call it? Okay, so we need Street Wraiths here, and I don't know, maybe a land. So we will draw a Street Wraith. We'll cycle. We'll crack LED, whatever, and then we'll draw the Jace. Play Jace. put Thassa and Tropical Island into the graveyard and draw the Street Wraith. I don't think we need Tropical Island in that case. I think it can be something else. Is there anything we don't want them to know about? We can pseudo hide here? Probably not. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Lotus Petal. Doesn't matter. So Street Wraith on the bottom, Lotus Petal, and Thassa as the next 2 cards, and then Jace and Street Wraith. Okay, I'm going to play out this and hope they don't have that Exile Joker. I think that one requires blue mana to kick it, so I really don't want to see blue mana get tapped here from this Cavern of Souls. Gaia's Cradle, okay. They have the Thought-Knots here. Love it. So now they have 3 mana left. Oh, what's this? This looks scary. Disruptor Flute, okay. Well, we're either dead or we're not. They have to name Oracle, right? I mean, Jace is not in the mainstream, and even if it is, like, there's just a higher chance of Doomsday decks having Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, that's what they name. Sweet. I think I get to win this. Alright. Cycling this, maintaining priority, and sacking LED for blue. And here's Jace. Jace goes plus. We draw the Street Wraith, and boom! Awesome, we beat Eldrazi. Really happy about that. Alright, on to round number 4. Alright, the gods of magic continue to smile upon me, and I'm on the play here for round number 4. Ooh, and yet again, we're just blessed here. This is a turn 1 kill. If our opponent doesn't have a way like to cast Endurance or Force. But I'm not sure we want to, you know, fling ourselves that haphazardly into potential disruption. We'll see. It's also like winning on turn 1 with on the play. You know, you get the win, but you basically don't get to have any idea what you're up against, unless like if it's a deck. Excuse me. If they do something on like if they have Force, of course you can know it's a blue deck, but then we're not winning on the same turn. Blah blah blah. Wow. I've gotten some above average opening hands here in this league so far. Okay, so opponent kept 7. Let's put Dark Ritual on the stack and see what they do. Alright, so they had a Force, so we can't win on the same turn. Let's force back. Do they have 2 Force of Wills? No. Okay. Sweet. Cavern of Souls, I think. So they didn't have a second Force, so we can just try to win here once we untap, but it's going to leave a card in the deck. And if we don't want to do that, if we want to, like, quote-unquote play it safe, we have to pass twice, in which case we want Thassa on the bottom. I think I actually do want that. So Thassa on the bottom. That also means we can, we don't get blown out by a Wasteland here. We can cycle Edge of Autumn off of Cavern of Souls, which of course means we need to play out this Petal here. Maybe also the LED could have been played, but yeah, I don't know. Don't think we'll need it. They pitched a Baleful Strix, which makes me think this is Grixis control, which makes me think I don't want them to get to... I believe it's 3 mana for that Nimble Obstructionist, right? Or is it 2 to cycle it? Now, right, I just checked. It is 3 mana to cycle the Nimble Obstructionist. Okay. Tundra, okay. So this isn't... Oh, and they're exiling my Lotus Petal. Interesting. This isn't... Yeah, this is not Grixis control. It's Esper. Okay, really hope they're not a Dreadnought deck, because that means they would have access to both Consigned to Memory and Doorkeeper Thrall. I'm just going to pass here. They can't both discard me and Wasteland me next turn, because they don't have black mana in play. So if worst comes to worst, like if they Wasteland this Underground Sea, then I still will be able to make double blue with the LED. Ponder, okay. Ponder means they can't cast Obstructionist. Not Obstructionist, sorry. The Doorkeeper. They shuffle, okay. Alright, so I think now all we all that beats us here is a stifle effect, so consign to memory or whatever. If they do play consign to memory, I want to, like, there's a very, very marginal gains kind of play I could make here, which is to play out my LED, and and this only works if they don't look at my exile zone and see the Jace is there and think like, oh, maybe he's on a Jace plan. But it is so infinitely unlikely to have any effect here, but I am going to play it. Okay, they spell pierced it. All right, I mean, I think that's a fair play if you don't have anything else going on over there, but that also now means that they can't have the thing, the consign to memory. Okay. So they were likely dead no matter what, but now we get to be sure. Okay, so maybe this is just like some sort of Esper mid-range deck. Like, I don't think Dreadnought would play Spell Pierce and Prismatic Ending. Maybe this is just like a control deck, I don't know. Alright, so I want the green cards out of my sideboard. I think maybe I want like some kind of removal to kill like a, I don't know, like a Lavinia or some other annoying creature. And let's see what can be boarded out. Oops. We'll move them over here. I think the creatures are actually fine. I think I'll board out the personal tutors and settle in for maybe a little bit of a more of a grind. And I think I can safely cut a pedal and one cycler here. And then like a daze on the draw here. We are bringing in like multiple Veil of Summer. So yeah, let's try this. I don't like bringing in big creatures versus Source to Plowshare decks. We saw them have Prismatic Ending, which means they for sure have 4 Plow, and they probably have somewhere between, I don't know, like 2 and 4 Prismatic Endings. And that means they aren't going to have, I don't think they're going to have enough stuff to board out to where it's not also just nice for them to have, like to keep in some number of Plows. Okay, we'll keep this hand. We'll be sad if they turn 1 Thoughtseize us, or even turn 2, because we have only a tap land to put in. They're making moves. Okay, but it's Tamiyo. Okay, cool. If I get an untapped land, I'm going for it here. Okay, I didn't. Let's surveil here. I'll take another land. If we can dodge another another turn of not getting discarded here, that's really good. Also kind of upset that I've not really had any games where Tamiyo has even come up yet. This is round 4, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Okay, so they are passing here. So I think I'm gonna Dark Ritual here. And then I'm gonna Thoughtseize, and if I... Oh, okay. Oh, they're drawing. Cool. Okay, that turns off all, like, mana requirements here. If they have double force here, it's a little bit annoying. I've kind of wasted my Dark Ritual. But if they don't, then I don't mind, like... Oh, wow, look at all that. That's gross. 3 forces. I think maybe I'm supposed to just play out my own Tamiyo here. I'll get a tropical island. And that's just it, yeah. Okay, something's happening here. Do they have the ninja guy? Ninja guy would be a problem here. I'm not going to block. Oh, wait, am I supposed to block? Is that how the ninjutsu work? Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, God. Return an unblocked attacker? Wow, okay. Okay, fine. Now they stun my Tamiyo. Yeah, I mean, I can still flip Tamiyo next turn, though, if I would want to do that. God. Okay, let's, and they fucking have 2... They have 2 forces up because they returned their other Tamiyo, so that their hand is force, Tamiyo, Tamiyo. This is so annoying. Yeah, I don't think... I'll never financially recover from this. I don't think I can recover from this, right? I even got the days. Like if they... Oh, this is so gross. I mean, they would have double force anyways if they hadn't ninjutsu this guy in. But at least I would be like attacking with my Tamiyo. What's the plan here? What am I hoping to achieve here? I'm gonna shuffle these. I get a force. Maybe it's worth it to sacrifice this land here to flip my Tamiyo. And then I draw another land. My God. And now they can just attack. What's the power and toughness of this guy? It's a 3/4. It's gonna be a 2. He's gonna be attacking for 2, I guess. But so we can keep my Tamiyo around. He could have plus before, right? Did they attack me? Yeah, they did attack me. To draw a card. Okay. When they also play Wasteland. Good to know. All right. This has been an utter disaster. But somehow, what's this? Oh, this prismatic ending for my Tamiyo. Yeah, I was gonna say like, if I somehow got the turn and drew a blue card, I could regrow my Thoughtseize with Tamiyo, but now that's no longer a plan. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. We'll move on to game number 3. Okay, that was they even kept in prismatic ending. I thought they would keep in plows, but maybe they I guess they would have seen the Tamiyos and they concluded that prismatic ending is better. I think I want the third days on the play. And Long Goodbye doesn't kill their ninjutsu dude. What do I board out? I think I board out Consider. Okay, let's have a good one. Yeah, this works. This really sucks if they just have prismatic ending for this carpet though. But I still think I like the play of Tropical Island, even though Tropical Island doesn't make black mana for this Doomsday in my hand. They force of will this. Oh, that's a good play on their part, I think. And they have the Wasteland? Sure, okay. Well, let's find a Dark Ritual, huh? Hey! Alright. Please don't have another force. Please and thank you. Okay. So what's the play here? Thassa just loses hard to a Consign to Memory. But maybe we just can't really afford to play around that. So let's see here. We draw Basic Island. So if we draw Basic Island, we can cast Ponder, and then we can draw like Street Wraith, and then next turn we make this Force of Will Edge of Autumn, and then we just accept that we lose to Consign to Memory. I think that's fine. I know I have the LED in hand, but I'm worried about getting discarded. I'm worried about prismatic ending. I'm worried about like losing to another counterspell. Like they've shown us Spell Pierce. Like Jace seems hard to or ambitious to resolve. All right, let's pass. This makes me very upset that they just played and they even fetched, which is sort of something you do sometimes when you're nervous, where it's like you have this very important spell in your hand that you need to have available to you, but you don't somehow want something to happen when you have a fetch land activation on the stack, so you just fetch ahead of time, which makes me think that they have consign. I'm gonna give them the opportunity to consign this Lines Out Diamond. Would they spell pierce this if they had consign in hand? Like, wouldn't they let consign resolve or like LED resolve and just keep open their consign? I think they would. All right, let's see if they do something about this. Okay, so here I am actually going to draw the Cavern of Souls. The only way this punishes me if they are some kind of mad person that is playing Hymn to Torak, but I don't think that they will be. Obviously, I'm just hoping for them to tap out so that we can rule out the possibility of Consign to Memory. All right, they play Tamiyo and an untapped land. Yikes. All right, they either have it or they don't, and the game is going to end now. I have absolutely nothing to gain by waiting another turn and giving them more looks at Consign to Memory. So, hey, we got there. They didn't have it. Sweet. 4-0 trophy match coming up. All right, our luck finally ran out with regards to play draw, so we're on the draw here. But let's keep this hand. Our opponent mulligans to 6, and they found 6 they like. This could be Reanimator, I guess. I haven't seen a Troll of Casa Doom in a hot minute. I'm gonna play out my pedal here to have the possibility of Orcish Bowmasters. They didn't cycle Troll, so I'm guessing it's not a Troll gamer. Forest and Wasteland. So this could be lands with just the weirdest opening ever. Chalice of the Void. Well, that's not ideal. Alright, I'm gonna brainstorm in response and then think about things. Gonna get Underground Sea in case I find a Doomsday here. I don't. This is not looking that great. Let's I'm actually gonna let this resolve and just accept the fact that my Dark Ritual is not gonna do anything, and then I will. I think I want the Bayou on top of my deck here because the plan is going to be to hardcast Doomsday. Yeah, I think I didn't think it through here. I should have put Dark Ritual on the bottom. It's Eldrazi. Scoundrels. Now they can start casting Myco spawns. Yeah, that's a problem. I fucking hate this card so much. Oh god. Okay. At least they weren't able to kick it. I'm guessing they're gonna get like Eye of Ugin or a Wasteland. That's like what it always, forever, and every single time is. No! I stand corrected and ashamed. It's Cavern of Souls. I feel like conceding here, um, without giving anything else away. I should have forced this, I think, because now like they have Cavern, but then again it's a 3/3. I guess I will play on. If they can kick, if their next play is a kicked Myco spawn, then I will concede, because that will like take out 2 of my cards, 2 of my lands. I guess maybe I'll take one more draw step to see if it's Doomsday, because I do have a third, like a 4th land here in the pedal, blah blah blah. I could have like flashed in my Bowmasters to trade with this. Maybe I should have done that, but here comes more. Here comes Fleshraker. Okay. That's a scary card. And here's 4 mana. The One Ring. Okay, I think I let the One Ring come into play, which is going to sound crazy, but Bowmasters can somewhat check that, and it's going to let me kill the Fleshraker, like right now, once they activate the ring. They did also give me the opening that where if I actually draw Doomsday, I just win the game because they didn't wasteland me. And now suddenly I have a little bit of a board presence here, and I can force of will a Kozilek's Command. But maybe just give me Doomsday. Okay, Tamiyo. That's not exciting at all. So I could play out my Street Wraith here. It's going to cost me my pedal. But like if they want to draw more cards, my army is going to grow. I think I actually do that. So crazy as that sounds. And then just accept that the game is probably no longer about Doomsday. Alright, okay, so they take 1 here. I probably still just get buried by this ring, but at least the Bowmasters is a problem for them. But they can just, like, Thought-Knot Seer the Force of Will out of my hand, and then, like, Kozilek's Command, kill the Bowmasters. Let's see what they feel like doing here. Something's happening. Something's happening here, and what it is ain't exactly clear. But will be shortly. Kozilek's Command. How about no Scott? They have 2nd one. So now they're hellbent. I don't really think this is gonna like pan out for us because they have so many like great draws here. Sowing Myco Spawn, certainly one of them. So no, it doesn't matter. Force of Will, they have the Cavern. Edge of Autumn. Okay, I'm gonna attack with my Street Wraith here. But then the Sowing Myco Spawn is gonna end the game because it's gonna get Eye of Ugin, and then Eye of Ugin is gonna eventually get Devourer of Destiny. So they can beat this like for days. My clock is just nowhere near fast enough. I might just be interested in cycling this Edge of Autumn, looking for like Bowmasters specifically, I think, or Doomsday. So I'm actually going to do that. Hey, we found Doomsday. So can we win though? Is the question. They're going to nuke 2 of my lands next turn. 3. I'm going to have no lands, basically. But I still think there is a chance. So let's at least try. And now our creatures are going to be on like chump blocking duty. So we need LED to make blue blue blue. We need Thassa because I don't think we're going to have enough turns to kill with Jace. We need Street Wraith. Oh god. Yeah, this is a problem, see? Because my other Street Wraith is in play. Because we can't get deep enough into the pile. Damn that Chalice, huh? So what if we take an island and draw that and just keep it in our hand? Then we pass. And then we draw the LED. Rather, then we draw the Street Wraith. No, that's too many turns. Yeah, I don't think there's a way through here, unfortunately. I don't believe I'm gonna get enough turns. Okay, so the problem is if I just go like Street Wraith, LED, Thassa. No, that does work. That does work, right? Yeah. I messed that up. And then like I don't know, we can go Jace, and the problem is they are next turn going to get Eye of Ugin, and then they can tutor up what either Thought Not Seer or the thing that bounces or that exiles an artifact. So my LED is not going to be safe here, but I still think this is what I can do. And I think I do want to play around Thought Not Seer rather than the thing. So I'm going to draw. Okay, I'm going to put Jace and Basic Island on the bottom. And then I'm going to put the Thassa, and I'm going to draw and play Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Oh, and they draw here. Okay. Do I just put 2 on them? I think so. But this is probably the correct call here. They go to 12, they untap, they go to 10. And then they can like draw 3 more, go to 7, and they're still fine. And I somehow have to beat all of that shit. So, not too hopeful, but we'll see. Okay, so they played an Eldrazi Temple, so at least that wasn't a wasteland. But yeah, here comes the Myco spawn. I think if I'm them, I want to leave me with no lands in play, so I want to get a wasteland here. But they could get the Devourer, the Eye of Ugin or Devourer. No, they do get a second wasteland. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I don't think I have any good attacks here because they can just like use their spawn token to block and so on. So at least like I don't think they can get to Eye of Ugin now, which means I don't think they have a way to tutor up that Battle Scar. I think it's called a Battle Scar something. Battle Scar Mage? I don't know. Maybe that's a different card I'm thinking about. But you all know the one I'm talking about. The one that with the kicker can exile a non-creature permanent thing. Okay. We have not seen Thought Not Seer yet, so I am going to play out this Lion's Eye Diamond. And I am going to pass, I think. Do I attack here? No. They just, like, they have good blocks. I don't attack. Are they drawing here? They didn't draw. Okay. The problem here with our play is that we lose to so many things here, right? We lose to them exiling the Lines of Diamond. We lose to a Kozilek's Command because that can exile Thassa's Oracle. But I think if they had Kozilek's Command, they would have used it on the Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, here comes something big. It might just be a Kozilek's Command that kills Bowmasters and Super Surveils. Okay, no, it's Devourer of Destiny. Okay, so that's going to kill my Bowmasters. That will free up their ring. So they can draw 3 cards, but they... Did they make a land drop here? No, they didn't. So they have their land drop left. They're passing through combat here. Why aren't they drawing cards? Okay, they are drawing now. I want to see them tap out and cast Thought-Knot Seer, please. Chels for 4 kills me, or Chels with like 4 mana. Chels for 2 kills me. And Kozilek's Command kills me. And they have so much mana now. 2, 3, 6, 7 mana. There are 3 Kozilek's Commands left in the deck. I guess they could also be playing like Disruptor Flute. I don't know if they play that in the main deck. So, let's see. Mana is being tapped here by the opponent. This looks like a Chalice for 2. No, okay, but it is the... There it is. Wastscape Battle Mage. And they exile my LED, and I'm dead. Alright, GG's. Alright, so... This was... Yeah, this was Eldrazi like I am used to playing against it, so now we have to win 2 more games. So I board out the Veil of Summer and... the 3 Bowmasters, board in 1 Barrogoyf, and the 3 blue cards over there, and that's it. All right, let's go here. Oh, this is one of those reluctant keeps that where Brainstorm really has to deliver. All right, and I was thinking just now that, you know, them being in the 1 ring deck might warrant the inclusion of Orcish Bowmasters post sideboard, but I don't know. I don't think it's a good enough reason. I think the card is just too bad versus everything else they're doing. All right, they're passing. A Dark Ritual here wins us the game. Tropical Island is not the worst. It's a land. So I'm casting Brainstorm here and hoping to get rewarded. Okay, let's put away let's actually put away Tropical Island and then a copy of Doomsday, and then I will, like, if they Thought-Knot Seer me here and take Doomsday, I can just untap and cast Doomsday. Now they can Disruptor Flute. Or Chalice of the Void, I guess. Grim Monolith. Is this worth a Force of Negation? Force of Negation runs out of targets so quickly. I am going to Force of Negation this. Because it cost me my Thassa, which you might point out is not ideal. And you would be correct. But we do have Jace as a secondary win condition, and I think this might just be what I need to do to push this game to my favor here. So I'm going to get Undercity Sewers, and I'm going to play... I'll put this in the graveyard, this Blue Delta. A Lotus Petal is not bad. So I'm going to cast Doomsday here, and I am going to make a pile that wins next turn if they don't Thought-Knot Seer my Edge of Autumn. So let's get Underground Sea here. And this beats, like, they can nuke 2 of my lands here, it's fine. So we want Jace, we want LED, and I think we want the 2 other Street Wraiths. And let's put a Force of Will in here just to mess with them, so they have to think about that I might have Force of Will. So I will put Street Wraith on top, and then LED below that one, and then Jace. Yeah. This could still go wrong, certainly. Like, they could have, if they go, like, Thought Knot Seer into Sowing Myco Spawn on the next 2 turns, then I might be in some trouble. And I'm going to play out this Petal just to incentivize them doing some battle, Wastscape battle maging, and also in case they actually go Chalice for 0, in which case I would be in a lot of trouble. So the card I don't want here is Thought Knot Seer. Okay, here comes. Oh, they had the Thought Knot Seer. God damn it. Okay. Well, this was no, I guess like they would need another Thought Knot Seer. Like if they have Thought Knot Seer number 2, then I lose the game. Like next turn, I mean, or now even, because okay, Chelsea for 1. That's fine. Yeah. If they have Thought Knot Seer next turn, because I have to pass now. I guess it's not true though, right? They would also need. They can't kill my lands as well. So I think I'm okay, but we shall see here. I'm going to name Wizard, and then I'm going to pass the turn. And if they Thought Knot Seer me here, I cycle it, and I get my LED, they take that, and then I draw Jace and win. So how do they kill me here? If they can both, like, Myco spawn 2 of my lands away, and Thought Knot Seer, then they kill me. A single Wasteland doesn't do it. Disruptor Flute would do it, but again, only if they also take my Street Wraith here, because if they don't, then I have the mana to also, with LED, to also do what I need to do here. Okay, they have Eldrazi Temple, so some big Eldrazi spell is likely to come here. Looks like they're passing into combat, I mean. Second main phase. Costs are being paid, so what will it be? The One Ring, okay. That should just be GG's then. They already made their land drop, so I don't think, I don't know what they could do here. They did make Chalice for 0. That's good. But unfortunately not good enough. And Jace is in, we activate him and win the game. I think my opponent is struggling with lag here. They're like every priority pass. It's certainly something I've felt before when playing. So I guess, I mean, it's either that or they're doing something else. But I have, like, in the last few months, it has felt like there has been a lot of problems with Magic Online. So that's unfortunate. But all right, we're in the game now. On to the dreaded win on the draw versus Eldrazi post sideboard. So let's just resubmit here. I've yet to have like a turn 1 Tamiyo, I think, in this league. And I don't expect Tamiyo to play a part here, although here is 2 of them. Holy cannoli. I don't think I can keep this hand, though, unfortunately. I mean, it is just a land away from being a turn 1 Doomsday, but it's too fragile. I don't have the guts. Okay, I'll keep this. I'll bottom LED, I think. And okay, they have Devourer and Devourer trigger. I could play Tamiyo off of Cavern, but I think I'm supposed to play it off of Island because that gives me turn 2 Brainstorm with a land drop available. But I mean, we know they have Devourer of Destiny in hand, so I don't think Tamiyo is going to get to ultimate before Devourer can be cast, and because it's that stupid, like, Eldrazi, everything must be insane. It's all triggers on cast. So we would have to find a, what do you call it? We would have to find a Thoughtseize before then. Okay, what kind of devilry do you have for me here? Another temple. So this costs 7. They have 4 right now. Importantly though, no Cavern of Souls, so we can just counter like a Thought Knot Seer. Imagine if Thought Knot Seer had been designed today. like in Modern Horizons 3 or whatever, it would have been when it was cast that they get to look at your hand, and probably didn't have the when it leaves play clauses. Like, yeah. Chalice of the Void for 1. I'm gonna force will this. I know I can bounce it, but I want to brainstorm next turn, and I'm giving up the Doomsday here off the personal tutor because we're kind of far away from casting Doomsday anyways. Okay. I'm gonna attack, get my clue token, and then I'm going to brainstorm, and I would just absolutely love to see a Thoughtseize. Again, my opponent is struggling here with the clock, I think. It probably won't matter, but we are sort of approaching the like territory where it could end up mattering for them, but I think they'll be fine. Like if they're winning, but the clock runs out, I mean. All right, and now I'm gonna brainstorm. Oh, crap. Well, that was not good. But now Tamiyo triggers and transforms, and we plus her. And now we basically have the surveil land and the draw with clue token next turn. I think as the only option, like the only chance we have to save Tamiyo from being devoured by Destiny. Or having her Destiny devoured. Okay. Well, Wasteland was not a soul land, so that's at least something, but okay, here comes 4 mana. Thought Not Seer, okay. So Thought Not Seer takes my Brazen Borrower and makes it so that Tamiyo doesn't get to grow big. But now I could, like, if I draw Doomsday here, that would be really sick, because then I can, like, rebuy the Brainstorm. I'm gonna fetch Undercity Sewers. Maybe that's wrong, though, because that means I can't same turn win with Doomsday. Tropical Island can go into the graveyard. Force of Negation. They didn't wasteland me. They let me go into my turn here. I think I'm going to, if I plus Tamiyo, she'll be at 6. Thought Not Seer attacks her down to 3. So I can still -3 on my next turn. Oh man, I immediately regretted this because I just forgot about the Devourer. If they have a soul land, like an Ancient Tomb, an Eye of Ugin, or a Temple, then they get to just eat the Tamiyo. And then I won't get the card out of it that I should have gotten. And we are now in the point of the game where I talked about, like, this is turn 4. Doomsday has not been put on the stack. They have a 4/4, and they have a handful of just like shark cards in their hand. Okay, let's see here. If they attack me, then we know the Devour Destiny is coming this turn. Oh, they are attacking Tamiyo. Okay, I can force of negation a Chalice of the Void. Okay, what's going on? They're keeping up mana, not wastelanding, so they are planning to cast or keeping up the thing. The Kozilek's command. I'm gonna draw with the clue. Okay, drew a petal. That's hardly exciting. Ooh, I draw another Tamiyo. So what? I minus my Tamiyo, and I could play second Tamiyo to protect Big Tamiyo for 1 turn, but that doesn't seem that exciting. That Big Tamiyo would be at 5. Then she would go up to 7. She would then go down to 4. So the question is, do I play out small Tamiyo to flip her with this Brainstorm? Is that worth it? I think it's maybe better to have her in my hand and then play her as a creature. Because there's just no way I'm gonna... There's no way I'm going to... I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on my words here. Okay, they thought for a second about exiling. The Kozilek's command also exiles. It's such a super duper card. Okay, well, Barrow-Goyf sucks. Because, well, yeah, no, it does suck here because they will have the Devourer of GG's. I think I put back Petal and LED, and then I Dark Ritual out this Barrogoyf and this Tamiyo, and I have Force of Will, and that's maybe okay. And that's not, it's probably not going to win me the game, but it's also not impossible that it could. And I'm going to Force of Will this Kozilek's command, because that Kozilek's command just causes so many problems for us here. It creates blockers for days, and it gives them the mana to cast the Devourer, which is sort of the only thing that's stopping us from losing is that they didn't have a fourth land drop. Like they missed their land drop. Okay, we're in their end of turn. I am actually getting concerned on the behalf of my opponent and cautiously excited on my behalf that they might time out here because I mean obviously it's not a cool way to win or lose a game of Magic, but it is sort of also the reality of Magic Online. Okay, and there we go. And I am going to force this. They wanted to exile Tamiyo and not Barrogoyf, which is interesting. Yeah, no, they still have plenty of time. What am I saying here? Now the Devourer comes because they found their ancient tomb, so that's sad. And that is probably the game. That was a sound of me sighing. Yeah, Barrogoyf is exiled. And now I take 4, I go to 12. They didn't attack. What's going on? I think I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I am going to attack here. And I get a clue token. And I'm going to draw. Draw with my clue. Draw Brainstorm. Okay. I mean, do I flip the Tamiyo here? Flipping the Tamiyo basically just kills her outright. This attacks for 3, this attacks for 5. So I don't think so. Now they have Ayavugan, so the fun can really begin. Okay, I'm gonna float, and here come the dinguses, and I draw up to 6 life? Yeah, 6 life. And they want to dismember her. Okay, then I will flip her. Force of Will. It's not too exciting. Okay, I'm gonna hide the Ponder in case they have a second. Okay, draw Ponder. What would I even need here? I would need my last Tamiyo as a chump blocker, or Thassa's Oracle, I guess. So I'm gonna Ponder. I guess I will Ponder again. See what's a card down. I'm gonna shuffle and draw Force of Will plus Tamiyo and pass. And they are gonna finish me off. All right, GG's opponent. We lost to the Mighty Eldrazi. Alrighty, so a 4-1 record. Really happy with that. I think the deck was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the playstyle. I don't feel like this this league really showcased the sort of tempo elements that well. But and I think like facing Eldrazi twice in a league, and then also facing that cat deck. And what was the one I played in the first round? Oh yeah, the Turbo Depths. So like facing those decks, I think 2 of the 4 of those decks are not very common, like the cat deck and the Turbo Depths deck. But Eldrazi certainly is, and like with the format being so flush with non-blue, like fast and threatening decks with Ancient Tomb, I do maybe hesitate a little bit, but because like making room for these cards here kind of makes you slow down a little bit. Like a card I really missed was actually the second Edge of Autumn. Like I really enjoy having 4 cyclers at least in game ones. So I think like the Tamiyos I think are good. I think the Bowmasters may need to either move to the sideboard or just make way for something else. Like I could see myself adding a fourth Edge of Autumn, adding as not fourth, a second Edge of Autumn, a fourth Tamiyo, and like a third discard spell maybe, and then removing the three Bowmasters. I just don't think, funnily enough, I just don't really think Orcish Bowmasters is very strong right now, and hasn't been for a while, to be honest. There's too much non-blue in the format, and too few blue mirrors where it really shines. So yeah, that's probably my take, and I don't know how that affects like the plan here, but yeah. All right, I think that's going to be it for me now, and I will be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.